Ultimate Muscle. This is my review of the Generation X arc, which is the second season of Ultimate Muscle and the follow-up to the DMP saga, which I reviewed last time. Okay, the plot is Vince McMahon, owner of the IWF Wrestling Federation, gets angry at the current Muscle League generation for partying instead of training, so he sends 4 new graduates from the Hercules factory to Earth to replace them. Jaeger, a wrestler who wears green army fatigue with brown gloves and boots and has a voice similar to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hydrazoa, a water-type wrestler. Road Rage, a robotic wrestler who forces victims to follow the rules of the road at all times, and Ascara, a muscular wrestler with a suit and trench coat. Now the Muscle League, Kid Muscle, Terry Kenyon, Dick Van Dyke, and Wally Tuskett have to fight in a tournament to stay on Earth, or else is back to the Hercules factory for more training. The first fight is Jaeger versus Dick Van Dyke. Dick attacks Jaeger and appears to have the advantage until Jaeger recovers and nails him with the red rain of pain, which is a burning fist maneuver that knocks out victims instantly. So now Dick Van Dyke is out of the tournament, and it's now up to Wally Tuskett, Terry Kenyon, and Kid Muscle to win the tournament or to stay on Earth. The next fight is Wally Tuskett versus Hydrazoa. This match starts off evenly, then Wally takes the advantage with a double leg takedown into an STF submission hold. Hydrazoa, being a water-type wrestler, slides out of the hold and controls most of the match. Despite support for the fans and his efforts, Hydrazoa defeats Wally Tuskett by drowning him inside his body. The next fight is between Terry Kenyon and Ascara. The match starts off with both men punching each other, and Terry appears to have the advantage until he slams Ascara, breaking his disguise, and reveals Ascara's true form, which is a big hulking wrestler wearing red and pink tights, a yellow mask, and claw-shaped boots. Terry tried to battle back by putting him in his signature maneuver, the spinning toe hold. Ascara reverses it into a submission hold of his own, the spinning double toe hold, and then finishes off Terry with the Scar Buster. This move was so intense and severe that Terry Kenyon had to be rushed to the hospital and needed surgery on his back. The next match was between Road Rage and Kid Muscle. During the fight, Road Rage created several safety signs to use them as illusions to distract or scare Kid Muscle, leaving him open for attack. Kid Muscle countered this by drawing traffic symbols in the road, which even Road Rage had to follow. Kid Muscle then attacks him with a Hurricanrana and drops several elbow drops on him. Road Rage then gains the advantage by throwing a puppy into the road, creating an illusion to look like the puppy is going to be hit by a train. Kid Muscle jumps in the way and saves the puppy, and then finishes off Road Rage with a Muscle Buster, thus becoming the first person to win one for his team. I'll continue with part 2 in the next part of the video.